Brought to you by The Vault.
Hi, I'm Shy.
And I'm Kathy, and this is our Girlfriends Talk Show where each week we have fun and we spill the tea.
Or the wine. Be sure to find us wherever you listen to your podcast and follow us on social media.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Girlfriends Talk Show. This is season 2, episode dozen. We're dozen in, man, of season 2.
That's pretty awesome. We
Yeah.
got any sponsors yet? No.
We always have sponsors.
Do we have any donations?
Well, we don't have a donation button. I mean, you have to ask for donations to get we don't need donations, man. Yeah, well.
This is us asking.
We do have sponsors. I just need you to help me write some commercials.
Okay.
Yeah, and those shall be revealed shortly, like maybe in September. But this episode of Girlfriends Talk Show is dedicated to something that is near and dear to my heart, and that is daddy issues.
I have never heard you speak of you having any kind of daddy issues.
Well, all is about to be revealed.
I think this is my time to shine.
It
man.
actually is yours, Katie.
When you sent that, I was like, wow, this episode is all about me.
Yeah, I was like, oh God.
I feel like you know
I'm
more
not.
about me than I know about you.
Always.
In our
By design.
This was not
in
an
our
accident.
long, very close relationship, I don't know this about you. This is interesting. All right.
You know what? I leak things as they become appropriate.
Really?
Yeah.
WAP?
Yes, exactly. Now you know what WAP is.
That's terrible. I
So-
wish I didn't. Those people have daddy issues.
Well, it's very possible. But Shy and I were radio co-hosts on a morning show for a contemporary hits radio station. And this would have been, WAP would have been a song that we would have had to play over and over and
No.
over again. And she would have not enjoyed it.
Not this girl. I wouldn't have played. I would have refused.
Oh, you would have. You would
I would
have had
quit
to play
all
it.
over again.
You would have played
That is terrible.
it. Well,
They
it is-
wouldn't.
it is
Remember,
what it is.
I wasn't allowed to play Me So Horny, which was a huge hit in the 90s.
And we had the radio edit version. We did play it.
But yet, you could play something like that, some Cardi B music? Really?
Yeah. What was my favorite line? If it doesn't hang.
And can't bang.
Yeah, that's it. That's my favorite line.
It don't hang, it can't
That
bang.
would be your favorite line. Daddy issues.
Well, I mean, really. So, you guys, we want you this. Honestly, our question of the day or the week on Facebook is not about daddy issues because we didn't want you to have to reveal all, but it is about being a parent. So, parents, we want you to go and answer our question of the week, which is, what is something that you swore that you would not say that your parents said, but now you have because you have kids?
Oh my gosh. There's
Yeah.
a few of those.
Oh, yeah, and we already have some answers.
Yeah, you want to know some?
I do.
Yes.
Because I said so.
Yeah.
Very popular.
Eat it or go hungry. If you don't stop
Hey,
crying.
eat it or go hungry could be part of the WAP song, too.
I think so,
Yeah,
too.
oh, there you go. There
It
you
probably
go.
is. That's
That's
probably one part
exactly
I
where
didn't
my
hear.
mind went, actually.
If you don't stop crying, I'm going to give you something to cry about.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm going to slap you into the middle of next week.
Oh.
I brought you into this world.
I'll
I can
take you
you
out.
out.
Yeah.
That's what we have so far.
My mom always did that thing where she clenched her tooth.
Oh,
You know,
yeah, my
when she
mom
was
did that
fussing.
too.
She's like, I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna beat the F out of you, Caitlin, if you don't shut the F up.
Yeah.
I saw a meme. Mom, remember whenever you used to say, I'm going to knock you into next year?
Mhm.
Would you please do that now? Like, could you do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. So it's 2020 and everything is bad.
I'd like
And
to be knocked into
including,
next
you
year.
know, we've talked to you guys about where we broadcast from. So we're here in a bank vault in Louisiana, and it looks like the tropics are heating up, and there are two hurricanes.
Nice.
Yeah, potential hurricanes.
Laura
I'm
and
sorry.
Marco, they're heading our way.
I mean, Laura sounds like a Little House on the Prairie name because it was.
I don't think
but
she's going to be too devastating.
I bet she's going to be a bitch.
You think so?
Katrina and Rita, neither one of them had like super bitch names, and guess what? They were. So I think Laura is not going to be like running through the fields in her little bonnet. She's
Yeah.
going to cause some destruction somewhere.
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
That's pretty good. You're on one today.
I'm old.
All right. So is it time for the question of the day?
Well,
believe so.
yeah.
MK, take it
So,
away.
what is the most immature thing that your parents do
Oh, I mean, my dad's not around anymore.
or did?
Mine got a tattoo.
Oh,
A freaking
your mom is probably the queen of. Or
In
you could
her-
probably answer that question.
in her
both.
50s. She got this tramp stamp.
Oh,
Love it.
Huge. Like she
Does it say cowgirls don't cry?
Oh, no, it's just got the little feather and dream catcher. I'm like, why do you want people catching dreams out your ass? Like that looks so stupid.
Takes all the
But-
nightmares away.
She was so excited about it. She rode, Harleys for a little while because she sold them, whatever. Got into that whole little fad, I guess. And
no, that's a lifestyle,
She was
man.
a
Well,
Harley dealer?
not for her. She gets into these
Oh,
little fads.
okay.
So she did that. She came back from New Orleans one time and she was so excited about it. She was like, look, check out what I did. And she showed it to me. I did not talk to her for 3 months. I would
Well, it
not
just
talk
gave
to
you
her.
a good excuse.
The last
not
thing
to.
I told her, I was like, that is stupid. That is immature. I feel like I'm the mom and you're the child. That's very tacky. And you're white trash. And I didn't talk to her for like 3 months.
You didn't tell her she was white trash, did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, what mom goes off on her wrinkly back butt and gets.
She
Oh,
got that
good.
fixed though. Remember,
wasn't
she got her
wrinkly,
butt
but
fixed.
Still, when you're in your 50s, would you go off
Looking
and get a
like
tramp
Kim K.
stamp?
Really? I won't even get a teeny tiny little something tattooed on me. No.
I
No.
mean, if you've made it to 50 without one, why? And why would you put one right above your ass with a dream
I
catcher?
think that's what some people call a midlife crisis.
Yeah, that's probably
agreed.
what was going
But
on.
my dad's isn't. It's not similar, but it also has to do with his body. He gets a face ring every once in a while. So like
Oh.
he got an eyebrow ring and a lip ring, and then he
I
said
don't
something about a
remember
tongue
that.
ring.
It's now. It's
So
because he's in middle age.
we'll talk about him later. So.
I don't remember that. Honestly, y'all, I
no,
don't.
that's pretty recent.
I don't. My parents were not immature. I mean, I can't. If anybody was, it would have been my mom because my dad was almost 20 years older than my mother, so he had grown out of any kind of immaturity. I don't know. I mean, I really truly don't. I mean, and now she's like almost 80, so everything she does is immature now. Bless her heart. And she doesn't watch this podcast. She told me, she said, Aunt Deanna, who is her sister, and my cousin Libby, they saw you on the YouTube.
On the YouTube.
And I was like,
They
oh.
saw you on the YouTube.
That's awesome.
Hey, Aunt Deanna.
Speaking of,
Libby.
if you're just listening to us through Spotify or your Apple podcast,
Your Apple.
yeah,
You sound.
I sound old. Then be sure to watch us on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Because we have a
Or
channel.
the Apple or the Spotify.
And you can actually see what's going on here. And you can see my little tiny bitty microphone,
Oh.
which is so amazing. And sometimes I just want to talk in it.
You know what? If that was
under
something
the
other than a
table.
microphone, I would tell you if it don't hang, you can't bang.
I know, Kathy, you're so trashy.
Really? Excuse me? That whatever. So daddy issues, just to let you guys know, is not in the DSM, which that's like the great big book of everything that could be wrong with people. And they believe that the initial like thought process of daddy issues came from good old Sigmund Freud.
Love him.
Yeah. Oh, he's so weird. So Freud talked about a father complex, which is described as a person who has unconscious impulses and associations that result in or are a result of poor relationships with their father. So they make bad choices, basically.
But there's not like a diagnosis called you have daddy issues.
But
So you'll never leave a
Dr.
shrink
Phil says
with a daddy issue stamp.
No, in fact, they hate it.
Dr.
Except
Phil
for
always
him.
says that you search for that women search for their fathers in their relationship.
Mm.
So
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Well,
believe
I don't
Phil,
think
man.
I think there's a lot of men that don't
I've
realize
always believed
just how
that.
important they are in a child's life. I mean, it's
agreed.
super super important. But say we did it on the flip side. Say we
Well, there are also mommy issues too.
well, with a son, I think there are some sons with dad issues too.
Oh, absolutely.
And in that relation, it's more like, so they see a dad or they have a dad that's not there, that's not around. Well, what are they going to do whenever they have children?
Probably act the same.
Exactly. Daddy issues.
Yeah. It's true. Dads, you're super important, whether you want to believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
But since we're all
You're hanging
female,
and banging, you better support it.
absolutely. Even if you're not hanging, if you're banging and you have a kid, you need to support it.
Support it.
Anyway, I don't know who wants to do that, but like, so daddy issues has now become like this catch-all term, okay? And so if girls put out too soon, they have daddy issues. If they don't want to put out, they have daddy issues. If they're looking for reassurance all the time, does this make me look fat? They have daddy issues.
So you're saying that's like the go-to?
If you prefer older men, you got daddy issues. If you like to get spanked, you have daddy issues.
I guess it's a possibility.
If you
for
like
all
to
of
call
them.
your partner daddy in bed, guess what?
What?
You've got daddy issues.
I bet you
no,
do that
it's
with
just,
Nolan.
Oh, no.
Bet you do.
He calls me daddy. Excuse me.
Call her
You're
daddy.
so... Drink more wine.
No, I'm so on target.
I can't even think anymore.
Well, when we come back in seg 2, we're going to find out what kind of daddy issues everyone else has. Because we know which ones I have, because I am the daddy.
Oh my God.
I always call myself daddy.
I am the daddy.
Hey, you! Yes, you, watching or listening to this amazing podcast hosted by two of the most dynamic and brilliant women you'll ever meet. Advertise with us and watch your business grow as big as our heads. Seriously, hit us up at vault.news/contact and find out how affordable you can advertise on our show.
AKA, don't blow your whole load.
All right, we're back. Oh my gosh. And Kathy is...
This is part 1.
Kathy is still acting like she's Cardi B in the WAP video.
I'm glad that I watched that for inspiration.
I'm not glad that I saw that. I am not glad at all. That is horrible. It has put such horrible things in my mind.
It's
I
gotten,
listen
and you
to
know-
it on a
Gotten
daily
you-
basis.
You know, back
Something
in the
to-
day, I thought I was a pretty big baller. I mean, I've done some stuff, you know, some pretty cool stuff.
Katie's got another song to show you if that
But
one kind of
But that
tossed you
embarrasses me.
around. No, there's a good one that she's got that
Which
she.
one?
Uh,
There's so
Oh,
many.
you know the one the
I'm a hot girl.
no,
No.
society is
Oh,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Oh, no.
that
That
one.
bitch.
I don't want to talk about it. So, well, with all 4 of us here, there is one of us that does not, and I can say, does not have daddy issues. Actually has a pretty cool dad and was around and everything's hunky-dory.
My
Now,
dad
there,
was around.
there are some things, well, there are different
dad was
scenarios.
around.
I mean, he was there.
Some daddy issues are because their dads aren't around. Some daddy issues are that their dads were around but just an asshole.
No, he wasn't.
I mean-
well, I mean, maybe he was.
So anyway, the one that does not suffer from daddy issues, but you might think she does based off some of her actions. And she would be the one that you would say, she's got daddy issues, but she does not, is the one, the only MK.
MK, tell us about your
Now I want to take it real quick to a picture of MK. This is a mugshot.
Of an arrest.
I love
One of
this
them.
picture.
I'm not going to
Oh.
say which one.
No,
If
but
this doesn't
it's
go
epic.
viral,
It's such a mood. Like, whew.
It's epic. It really is.
so
It's
I hope you're watching this on YouTube so you can actually see
so
this.
Khloe Kardashian and
if-
amazing. And evidently she entertained the whole police department.
If you can't see us right now on YouTube,
And I don't mean that in a bad way, by the
Yeah,
way. Like,
let's-
I
yeah.
just mean she was
if
really
you can't see this on YouTube,
animated.
MK, I'm gonna need you to describe this mugshot.
it's just a very like, you got me. LOL. I'm not
That's
even.
exactly what it's like. Like,
But why don't you say
I'm not
when
even-
you why don't you tell us whenever you regain consciousness what was happening in your
So
lap?
I wake up and
And you're in the holding cell, right?
Mary Merrill and like really whatever. And I look down and I'm like petting this crackhead's head.
Oh my god!
And she's like laying on me sleeping and I'm just sitting there like petting her like so lovingly. And I'm like, what? And I was immediately like,
She didn't
am
know
I
where
in a
she was.
hospital? Am I where? And then I realized I was in jail. So, you know, whatever. And the guy
Fast
who I
forward.
was paying my money to get out or whatever.
Do you
I
need
was
my
like,
tiny
what
mic?
did I do? I was like, why did it? like, what did I do that I went to jail? You know, like, what was
What
I
happened?
arrested for? And he was like, a DWI. And I was like, I don't remember driving. He's like, oh,
Exactly. That's why.
No.
That's why you got a
He
DWI.
was like, you should have seen you taking your pictures because apparently I was like on the ground, like,
Which one you want? You
like,
want this
yeah,
one?
you want
the thin
and then I
one?
was
You want-
like, let me do this and like trying to do like, you know. And he was like, yeah, you were having fun. So, and I didn't tell my parents for 2 weeks because I was like, I didn't know what
And
to
then
do.
she was in the local publication
And my
that
uncle,
publishes
who has a
mugshots.
store,
a convenience
a
store.
convenience store, called my dad and was like, "Oh, is everything okay? It's all Mary Catherine and Piper." And I was like, "Okay, you were being so messy. Like, oh, is she okay now? Like, no, you just wanted to make sure they knew." Anyway,
The tea.
they found out.
The hard way from the hard
But what
times.
did your
At least
dad
I
do?
didn't have to call them from jail that time.
But was your dad mad at you?
No, but didn't you bust out a whole bunch of bond money like in ones because you were
oh yeah, I
a
was
bartender?
working at the Bayview. Yeah, so
Mhm.
I had just worked the night before, and
As a bartender.
as a bartender, and as
That's
a
what
bartender,
that's what best friends do. They modify your
you.
statement.
I
Yes.
just saw that going somewhere.
And then, so yeah, I paid for to bail myself out in like 5s and 10s and a couple of 20s. And
Yeah.
I was just like, still drunk enough to where I was like, huh,
Okay.
I don't need a bail bondsman. I
Oh, you think I ran out? Never
I've got
mind.
$500 in
Yeah,
fives.
I've just got that in the purse. Anyways.
Give me my purse because I don't have it right now.
Yeah. And then my friend came and picked me up. And
Oh.
yeah, that was.
Well,
pretty
I mean,
awesome.
and they don't really stem from daddy issues. So MK's daddy issues are that her dad is so good, nobody or people have a very hard time living up to the standard.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so spoiled.
It's
And that
such
can
a
happen.
big problem for you. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm just saying, I don't, like, I have, like, you know, that's not one of my problems. I've got some, a lot of them. But thank God that's not one of them.
I blame all my problems on daddy issues.
That's
Well.
that's awesome. You have a thing to blame it on. Me, I don't. Like, I don't even have daddy issues. Like, bitch, what's wrong with you? Not your daddy.
Well, okay, so Katie then and Shy, I'd like for you to take this assessment right here.
Okay.
Have you ever been or are you now clingy, jealous, or insecure?
I have been. At this point in my life, like
I'm
coming-
all of those.
Oh God! So it's possible that you might have undiagnosed daddy issues. Shy,
have been
I'm asking you
before.
too.
No.
I don't even know.
Clingy, jealous, or insecure?
No, I'm probably a little insecure, but
All
not
right.
clingy or
So,
jealous.
have you ever stuck with him even though he's wrong for you?
Yes,
yes, and then I'll break it off and then go back.
and yes again.
Oh, hello.
And yes again,
people.
and
We're
yes
more
again.
alike than we thought.
Do you need
Yes, again.
Do you need constant validation?
No.
Once
I'm
again,
looking at your spouse right now.
Yes again.
Does she? Yeah, I know she does. I know. I'm her friend.
Why do we have to
Oh,
tape in front of a
that's
live studio
one-
audience? with
Do-
my wife
that's
and
one
the
that I've been
audience?
working on.
Why are you talking into your tiny mic?
Because I'm slowly like dwindling away right now.
That's one that I'm
'Cause
working
I know
on ever
the-
since like
The cat's about to come out
You
of the
turned
bag.
into a little cricket.
All
I
right.
am.
So, do you fear getting close because you might get hurt?
yes,
That
do.
was my biggest problem.
hard yes.
That was my biggest problem. So, my daddy issues stem from a very let's see, critical father, I guess you could say.
Well, he was a psychologist.
he was he was a PhD.
Yes,
But that
so-
had nothing to do with his criticism. It had to do with the fact that I was the oldest because I also have, my dad was married before. I have an older brother who was also the oldest. And so we got hammered on because we were the oldest kids somehow. And so I thought it was because I was a female.
And you don't think it was because he was a psychologist and he pretty much knew what you were thinking at every second?
He had no idea what I was thinking and didn't care.
So he thought he knew what you were thinking
thought-
and what was going on?
He thought that he knew what was best for me all the time. And the unfortunate way that he expressed that was being really super critical. And I was very sensitive. So it
So
was
that just wasn't
a
good
really
match.
bad mix.
And that's why you grabbed your hobo stick at one time and
you know, I
Put your
ran away
clothes-
from home a lot.
put your clothes on the end of it.
Yes.
Like a little hobo.
and I didn't run very far, but yes, I did.
like in the cartoons.
yep. And then I
you
finally got beaten down.
went
and
across the ditch and you came back.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I actually took my Barbie suitcase and did that. Like my little Barbie.
with your Monday through Sundays underwear, panties.
Yeah, I did.
I
I
have
mean,
those.
you still have them? Do they have them for adults?
No, I did have those, but one funny story.
kinda want 'em now.
One time I was in 4th grade, and I tucked my shirt tail
You were a
into
panty
my,
tucker?
I accidentally did, and
Panty tucker.
I tucked it into my panties, and I was wearing like Thursday
Oh,
underwear
no.
on like a Tuesday or something. Or
How
like,
freaking
you know,
embarrassing. You couldn't at least wear Tuesday on a Tuesday.
I know, exactly. And so there's one of my friends, still to this day, every time.
Calls you Thursday?
Well, no, every time I see her,
That's what I thought too.
every time I see her and I like explain how I know her, that's how she's like, oh, well, I told her that her underwear were tucked in, like her shirt was tucked
What a
into her
friend.
underwear.
To her Thursday panties, and
What
it
a
was
gal.
Tuesday.
She's awesome.
My mom had a really hard time buying me days of the week panties because she was like, if you don't change them, it's going to be bad. And I was like, Mother, I'm going to change them. It'll be fine. And she was like, I was like, this is how to hold me accountable for changing my panties, which I did, of course.
I can't relate to that.
You think they have them for adults?
I don't know. That's not
Yes,
any.
they do.
It's not anything I shop for.
Good to know.
So, Katie, tell us a little bit about your daddy issues. 'Cause,
And please, let's let this cross over
we all know.
to somebody else's daddy issues or issues with daddies.
I think I'm gonna stay
Someone's
right here and talk into my little mic. So, Katie, how about your dad? We know that he has piercings now that he's in his 40s
I think he's
and
taken
50s.
them out. So he lives in Alabama now. So he's not really.
Does he watch this podcast?
I don't
Why
know.
do you continue
He
to talk into your
messages me
tiny
a lot
mic?
on Facebook of like these random videos that you're scared to click on them because you think your computer's gonna get a virus.
Yeah.
Those are the kinds of things he sends me. But he also told me I talked to him last
Vishing?
week, and he said that I needed therapy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Everyone
because-
needs therapy.
Which he
Yeah, I
he
love
fully
therapy.
understands that he gave me daddy issues, so he acknowledges that.
At least.
So
Did
he's
he-
giving you advice.
Did he say that he will go to therapy with you?
No, he's been to therapy,
Zoom therapy
uh,
since he's in.
but
I would say only if you take your piercings
but
out.
he told me that I needed to go to
Please stop
therapy
it with that
because
mic.
I told him that when I see a remotely attractive dude, that I immediately criticize him in my head, right? Just like take him down a notch because they don't deserve that power.
Ah.
So he was
Hmm.
like, "Oh, that's a problem. Like maybe you should go to therapy." And I was like, "Oh, do you think it's a problem? Really? The only reason I do it is because you gave me daddy issues." No, I didn't say that, but I was like, "Whatever."
That's what she
dude.
thought.
And
So, do you and your dad have a good relationship?
No, she's just telling you they don't.
I just need a yes or no answer.
I wouldn't say it's good. Good isn't the word to describe it. No.
How old were you when your dad left?
Okay, Barbara Walters. You know what? Her dad was not married to Caitlin's mom when you made out with him. Yep, I just said it.
Why are you saying that with my wife in here? Okay,
Get off the tiny
But
mic.
no, apparently my
We're not
daddy
sure-
issues
we're
gave
not-
me resentment issues.
we're not really sure if it was him that I made out with.
We're pretty sure.
We're not really sure.
Uh-huh. He is the archetype of her, like, go-to. And
Well,
I'm
it's
not
funny.
talking to the camera
He's
because I'm
the
talking to
archetype of my
You need some
go-to
of
as
this
well.
Oh.
If you don't have
It
a
was one
record,
night
if
we
you don't
figured
have
it out
least
at
one
walk-ons.
DWI, I
At
don't want you
walk-ons.
there.
It was one night at Curls.
No,
baby,
we
I got
figured
it.
it out at walk-ons that's where, I mean, we were at walk-ons when we figured out that
It was a
you've made
Vanilla
out.
Ice concert.
A lot
Everybody
of
was
things
drunk.
happen at Vanilla Ice.
Not
No,
really
they
sure.
don't. Because
Not-
I went to one
I'm
and
taking all
nothing
this wine.
happened.
I'm not really sure.
That's not even fair.
Listen.
Do you want some old fashioned?
No,
cannot-
thank you, though.
By the way,
cannot-
that's our drink of the day because daddy issues.
You cannot bring. Yeah, that's what Daddy used to drink. You cannot bring things up like that and expect me not to drink the
Honestly,
whole
think-
bottle.
Because you're talking
Tinies.
in the tiny microphone, you have daddy issues too.
I can't even breathe right
But
now.
no, for real, it really is the archetype of what
we
I
want to
go
know
for as
some
well.
of your
She made out with
daddy
Katie's dad.
issues.
Because
but
But we're not sure that that it was Katie's dad.
Well, we're pretty sure, but it's funny.
Katie
I
would
can
have.
ask him. Let's
Well,
call him.
she also told her
Katie
mom.
would have been like a year old, or maybe not even born yet.
Was it?
not born, right?
Oh God, I don't know.
I was
Oh,
born
no,
in
that's a different
98.
story.
Oh no, I don't know.
I think that
What
was
year was that
probably-
Vanilla Ice concert?
I don't have to look.
I
That
will.
was probably while I was being scarred from their divorce. So
Where were they playing?
Curls. Mansura.
girls.
Oh, see, I
Sausage
saw him in
Girl.
1990. He was at his peak.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
called
It could not have
Carl.
even been the
But
same
it
guy.
is definitely.
I mean, we went outside, we exchanged a little kiss, pat, and then boom, that was done. That was it.
And a boob.
I really don't care. But
Just one.
He saw my old boobs too. He didn't even see my new
I
ones.
don't know why you get so freaked out about it because I really don't. Care
I think it's
about
hilarious.
it. I think
It's like
it's
my
so funny.
favorite thing.
When I found out about
I mean,
this,
there's two
y'all,
favorite things I have.
I almost fell out the chair.
I
First
loved
off.
it. It was great.
And
It
then
was
when I
so
found
good.
out she told her
Wait,
mom,
what?
I almost died again. And now the fact that we're talking about it again with my wife
Are you
in
sweating?
the live studio audience, I'm dying again. So let's just put this to rest.
Well, can we talk
Let's just never
about
talk
what
about
you
it
can do
again.
if you have daddy issues? Because, you
Because
know,
your daddy has given me issues too.
we identify a problem and we provide solutions. That's what we do here. So, what you can do if you have daddy issues, and I actually lifted this from a psychologist's website. So,
I can
You-
hear my pulse in my ears.
it's your problem, dude. I mean, I think we're all okay here except
yeah,
for you.
I think everything's fine.
I'm so sorry.
I'm really sorry that my
April,
dad
are
broke
you
your heart,
okay?
Like,
Okay, she's good. So, we're
My daddy
is
daddy
her
issues.
dad is Katie's dad.
I don't have daddy issues.
Well, you had you picked bad daddies. Anyway, that's your daddy
you
issue.
see, that's what I'm trying to avoid. I don't want to pick bad daddies.
Please talk to Shy before you decide to get married,
I'll help
Katie.
you out, Katie.
So, what you can do if you have daddy issues is
I'll help
take
you out like I could have been your stepmom.
not have been a good thing.
Now you made it weird.
Now it got weird. Honestly, that got really super weird.
Can I go under the table?
No. So, what you can do if you have daddy issues, other than the one Shy has, are take cues from healthier relationships around you if you can find them. Period. You can seek counseling, which I always agree with, right? And you know what? Daddy issues don't have to be your destiny. Like, you don't have to repeat the same mistakes that somebody else has made or that you've made. Learn from your mistakes and move on. And speaking of moving on, we're going to move on to the Urban Dictionary word of the day.
Oh no, it's not WAP, is it?
No,
Thank
but I mean,
God.
it could be. Actually, the Urban Dictionary word of the day is sponsored by our producer, our lead producer,
Oh,
because I don't want to say head producer.
He's the only one.
got him.
Putting
Even though I could, is glizzy. Do you know what glizzy means? He doesn't know.
I do
He
not
just
know what
gave me the
glizzy
word.
What does glizzy mean? Kathy?
Okay.
have a glizzy
Please
with
tell
your
us.
blizzy.
do not want to talk in your tiny mic.
Please talk in my tiny mic and tell me what glizzy means.
It's not hanging. So glizzy could be short for a Glock or also used for a hot dog reference. You know how much I love hot dogs.
What if
say
somebody
you're-
got
so-
confused?
So here we go. I'm going to use
Hand
it.
me my glizzy.
Say
dog.
you're
There you go.
walk-
That's it.
Exactly. Say you're
then all of
walking
a
in New
sudden-
Orleans.
So
Yeah.
dangerous.
And you want a lucky dog, but you're like, dude.
Give me a glizzy.
with chili.
And they're like, cool.
I
Give
mean,
me a glizzy with jalapenos, and it's like really a Glock with like a scope.
Yeah. Or a silencer.
Yeah.
Can you put a silencer on a Glock? Can you?
I don't know.
Can you
You
put a
know
silencer?
too
Because I'm
much.
all about silencers.
You can put a pillow in front of it.
Are they legal?
No, I watched that on ID
Bump
channel.
stocks. I do
You've
know
been
bump
watching
stocks
too
are
much,
not
too much
legal.
Snapped. I can't.
Jeez.
Oh my God. How many glizzy in a sentence? Don't make me pull out my glizzy.
Don't make me do
In
it.
this hizzy.
Is that what you said? In the
Either
jail
way,
cell?
in this case, you be getting
What?
Uh-huh.
That was good. I like
I
that.
literally just bleeped out the F word by myself.
While
That's
saying
what that was.
You bleeped it while saying it was perfect.
Thank you. Sang in the church
This
choir
has
for a
been
long
the
time.
most
That's
Why
what
did you do
prepared
it
for
again? This has been the most episode ever. So if you're listening to this one, skip to the next one.
Nope.
Which
if you-
is
here's
Daddy Part 2.
yeah, exactly. Daddy issues part 2. Or who's your daddy part 2. Girlfriend tip of the day. If you are a daddy, be good to your daughters, seriously, and your sons. I think it's important both ways because sons become dads, right? A lot of times.
John Mayer.
I know. I love that song. And if you have daddy issues, don't become a stripper. Call Shy first.
She'll hire you on the spot.
I will. I have a few spots.
And you know what? The most important part about daddy issues is to find a good girlfriend.
That is.
And
Yeah, go for it, MK. Go for it.
All right, side chicks.
Your-
Always.
Hello.
Stay, girlfriend.
You always do it
That was so
cheesily.
cheesy.
That was really bad. That wasn't even sincere.
She didn't make it sense.
It's her fault because she has
It's my
daddy
daddy
issues.
issues. I'm sorry.
That's what daddy issues do.
You see, I held back.
You better
I didn't,
just
no
guzzle that
excitement.
wine
I didn't want to get too close.
with your
Stay, girlfriend.
Katie's dad's issues.
Stay. See, I'm trying still.
Your daddy issues are Katie's dad's issues.
Oh.